Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and it's time for day 2 of the Commander Legends spoilers. Let's start out with a classic, Raise the Alarm. This has been printed to death, it's only in there for draft reasons, and what more can you say about it? It's a fun little ambush card though. In fact, at instant speed you can get a double ETB effect from another permanent, so this is no joke. Next up, Radiant Sarah Archangel, which is a 7-cost 6/4 legendary creature angel. It has flying and tap another untapped creature you control with flying, and Radiant Sarah Archangel gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. And then it has open-ended partner. Partner used to be a little bit more specific, so I'm kind of glad they're opening it up. So just another flying as a tribal card. Not a fan of an all-flyer deck really in any format. Then we've got Casket the Flesh Sculptor. That's a 1/3 for 3. It has tap, sacrifice 3 other artifacts and or creatures. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard, then partner. That really does not look worth it. I guess if they're all like useless tokens or something cool, but that's a pretty narrow deck. Next up, Charcoal Diamond, which I think might actually be a thing, unlike the last one that was Marble Diamond. But anyway, it enters tapped, and then it taps for 1 black. So not amazing, but they had to put some kind of mana rock in the set, and I think we're going to see a full cycle of these, actually. Next up, we got Exquisite Huntmaster, a 4-cost 4/2, and when it dies, create a 1/1 green elf creature token, and then Encore 5. It's kind of nice, you get a lot of elf ETB, elf tribal triggers and stuff off of that. Too bad elves is one of those toxic tribals in the game in every format, let alone Commander. It's called Elf Ball. Look it up. It's terrible. So next up, I guess we're going to see a full cycle of these, because the last one was like mnemonic something, and this is profane transfusion. It's 3 of the color plus 6 not, so 9's kind of high, but 2 target players exchange life totals. You create an XX colorless horror artifact creature token, where X is the difference between those players' life totals. That's pretty scary. I'm glad that costs 9. I mean, that's right up there with like In Garruk's Wake or Rise of the Dark Realms. Both of those are game-ending, and both of them cost 9. The sheer power of this card is insane, but, good luck getting to 9. That artwork is so weird, though. It looks like a French painting. Anyway, Sandstone Oracle. It's a 7-cost 4/4 with flying, and when it enters the battlefield, choose an opponent. If that player has more cards in hand than you, draw cards equal to the difference. There are cheaper ways to do that, and a 4/4 flyer isn't that good, but hey, play it if you got the mana, I guess. Next up, Blight Colors. Oh boy, more elves, yay. When Blight Colors dies, create 3 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens, then mill 3 cards. More of that, it's elves, but maybe you might resurrect something out of the graveyard deck that nobody plays every time it comes up. I think Origins tried to do this, failed miserably. Next up, Prophetic Prism. Kind of like that artwork, pretty weird. It's a 2-cost, and when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and then you can pay 1, so it's a filter, and tap it for 1 mana of any color. Overall, one of the better filters I've seen. I think 2 is pretty good. The ETB draw card thing to replace it is fantastic, and paying 1 for a filter, that ain't nothing new, so I think a lot of people are going to be buying this one. It ain't going to be worth anything because it's a common, though. Next up, that might say ikra shidiki the usurper, but I mean, who knows, proper nouns and stuff. So it's a legendary Naga wizard with menace, and it's a 3/7 for 5, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness, which is like reverse double backwards lifelink, and then it has partner. That is pretty nuts. I gotta say, if you want to drive up your life total in a color that ain't even white, I mean, that's insane. Next up, the card you've all been waiting for. I believe somebody on my Discord said, did you design this card? No, I want the rules to be changed in Commander to not allow tutoring of any kind except for lands. Not one bullshit card that's not even legendary and can't be my commander, so everybody's all scared of this. So Opposition Agent is a 3/2 for 3 human rogue with flash, and you control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. Does not say may, so I'm going to go ahead and correct the rest of the card for them. While you are searching your opponent's library, you exile each card you find. You may play those cards for as long as they remained exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast them. What a confusing and poorly written card. Anyway, they're screwed. All their fetch lands shut down. They go to fetch a land, you get the land. It's an exile, it says play it, not cast it. It's now your land. That's the part I don't like. Like I said, you should let people go get their damn lands, but all other tutoring is an attempt to get the format that's supposed to play differently every time because it's 99 plus 1 singleton. So hello, it plays differently every time. is trying to get that and do the absolute opposite. Oh, I'm going to win with this one individual card. The one card in my library that I handpicked, I'm going to win with that every single game. So the most overpowered broken card, I'm not going to draw it naturally. I'm going to win with it every single game. So somebody will put in 1 or 2 broken cards or a combo or something like an infinite combo, and then like 10 tutors. And it's like, wow, you won on turn 4 with this again. Oh, look, you won on turn 3 with the combo. Oh, you won on turn 5, same combo, same cards. Wow, what dynamic, interesting gameplay. I'm so glad I bothered to shuffle my deck and play against you. All searching of your library for a card that isn't a land should be banned in Commander by rule. We all know this is true. That's how the format was supposed to work. And anybody trying to make a hyper-consistent, boring, stupid deck that wins the same way over and over and over, you're part of the problem. This card should have been colorless, it should have cost 0, and it should have been legendary so that people can solve this problem permanently. You still have to naturally draw this out of your library, so you would need a tutor to go get this. That's my other problem with this. It should have been a commander. People need access to this. Hell, it should have had partner on it too. We need to end searching your library in Commander, so I'm glad they printed this, but basically at the end of the day it does nothing. You'll never draw this in a normal game. Hell, they should have given it hexproof too. So next up is Acidic Slime. We've seen this card about 1,000 times. It's a 2/2 for 5, Death Touch, and when it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. So I mean, or a land, that's kind of cool, otherwise this isn't very good. Like, just run Naturalize. Next up, allegedly this translates to Blim Comedic Genius. What? So it's a legendary imp with flying, 4/3 for 4, and when he deals combat damage to a player, that player gains control of a permanent you control of your choice. Then each player loses life and discards cards equal to the number of permanents they control but don't own. Oh, it's the kitten gift card all over again. This is the malicious gifting of them one of your permanents. That's fantastic. And I guess if you run out of valueless crap to keep giving them, you could just stop swinging. So, I mean, this looks like a pretty darn good card. It's kind of funny. The life, it's like whatever, but the discard effect, that is vicious. Next up, Demonic Knowledge. It's when Demonic Knowledge enters battlefield, draw 3 cards. At the beginning of your end step, you lose 2 life for each card in your hand. So, don't play this card. I mean, 3 cards for 3 mana is great, but you damn well better have a way to get rid of this. And Enchantment Destruction in black, not the easiest thing in the world. Even in a life gain deck, I'd be kind of scared of this. Next up, we got Magus of the Order, almost as cool as the Candelabra dude, but it's not. It's a human wizard. Oh, kind of look like an elf. Cool. Less elves, yay. And it's a 3/3 for 4. If you pay 1 green, tap it, and sacrifice it and another green creature, then search your library for a green creature and put it directly onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So what's worse than tutoring in Commander? Tutoring with a free cast on top of it. Absolute bullshit. At least it's a green creature, so like some of the Eldrazi are gone, but I could name a couple that you would drop into play that would be utterly and entirely broken, like some big, beefy hexproof creatures. Yeah, this is a bullshit card. Never should have been printed. Next up, it's Kodama des Esbaumes. I love German. Somebody get me some sausage. So I guess this is Kodama of the East Tree, maybe? It's a legendary creature spirit with reach, and it's a 6 for 6. Whenever another permanent enters battlefield under your control, if it wasn't put onto the battlefield with this ability, you may put a permanent card with an equal or lesser converted mana cost from your hand onto the battlefield. That's kind of neat. Okay, so you cast, like, the wrong thing, and then swap it. Why didn't you just cast the right thing? You know, come to think of it, that makes no sense. I'm sure this does something, but I'm already sick of thinking about it. So let's move on. We've got Entourage of Trest. Oh, good. It's elves. Awesome. So it's a 4/4 for 5, and when it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Oh, great. Entourage of Trest can block an additional creature each combat as long as you're the monarch, which that's good. You're going to need to, because literally everybody in the game is now going to attack you. You dumbass, stop playing monarch cards. Speaking of that, Queen Marchesa, triple color, but that's not usually as big of a problem in Commander, obviously. She's the 3/3 human assassin for 4, death touch, haste, nice. And when she enters battlefield, you become the monarch. Then at the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent is the monarch, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with death touch and haste. Classic ability there. I love that. Next up, Cedar Condo of Jamura. It's a legendary creature human knight with flanking. Whenever a creature without flanking blocks this creature, the blocking creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Love that effect. They need to bring that back to standard. And then creatures your opponents control without flying or reach can't block creatures with power 2 or less. I don't like the phrase can't block creatures with power who gives a shit what the number is or less. It's bullshit. It's annoying. It is semi-unblockable, and unblockable's worse, but it's just, oh, hey, I've got this whole deck and you can't do anything about it, I win. Yay. It's just a shutdown condition and everybody hates it. Also does partner. Great. What an obnoxious card. Next up, Nekosar El Distrutore di Menti. I don't know. I can't read white text on a freaking light background. What the hell were they thinking? So this is Nekosar, the Italian chef. He's a 5 cost 3 color legendary creature zombie wizard. Okay, it's not a zombie wizard, he's a lich. I mean, just what the hell is a zombie wizard? At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. So each player, wow, good luck with that, but also whenever an opponent draws a card, they take 1 damage. So, oh boy, not worth it. Anytime you give your opponent the exact same benefit as you get, you better be damn sure your deck is more powerful than them, and that's not commonly true in Commanders. So, yeah, don't do this. Next up, we got Reliquary Tower. You have no maximum hand size, then taps for colorless. That's just obnoxious. Then we got 3 visits. Wow, the quality of these cards. What the hell is wrong with people? These are like compressed, blurry garbage. It's a 2 cost. Search your library for a forest card. Put that card onto the battlefield and shuffle your library. This was a $200 card. Not even joking. As of about a week ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago, around that area, the card 3 Visits from Portal 3K, it dropped from $200 and some to just over $100. So somebody had some advanced information, just more insider trading from, leaks or Wizards of the Coast employees themselves or their friends. Just typical rip you off bullshit. Everyone knows, nobody cares, nobody's making a big deal about it because they're just so, yep, that's Wizards, yep, that's the judge community, yep, that's all the... Who even knows at this point? Our friends and family of the employees? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It just pisses me off. So yeah, it's in a giant wide set and it's an uncommon. It's going to be a $5 card. I don't know why the hell anybody would buy it for even $130 right now, which is its current market price. Next up, Kitesail, chosen of Crewfix, playing Hide and Go Seek. It's a 4 cost 2/3 legendary creature human wizard, and you can tap her and add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool for each card you've drawn this turn. Oh, that's just screaming for broken Simic crap. And then partner. Yeah, Simic Rap's a little out of control right now, so this card's annoying. Next up, Breaches is back. He's part of the crew of that pirate thing when we went to Pirate Land with Pirate Jace. So it's Breaches, Brazen Plunderer. He's a 4 cost 3/3 legendary creature goblin pirate with menace and partner, and whenever 1 or more pirates you control deal damage to your opponents, exile the top card of each of those opponents' libraries. You may play those cards, not cast play, this turn, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Pretty overpowered ability there. That is extremely annoying, broken, and obnoxious, and he can be the commander, which means he can come back over and over and over. So, yeah, you'd have to be a special kind of asshole to play this. Next up, Brazen Freebooter, a little new version of this artwork. It's a 3/3 for 4, and when it enters battlefield, create a treasure token. Some more filler draft jank. Speaking of that, Coastline Marauders. It's a human pirate, imagine that. 3 cost 0/3 with trample. That makes sense. And whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each land that defending player controls. Holy crap. This ain't no filler. And then it has Encore 6, so you can do it again. Jeez. So he's going to hit hard, and then when you get to 6, he's going to hit hard again, and trample's coming for you. So, that's no joke. Next up, oh boy, another card from my people. It's, Energize Ablahanung. I bet that's how you pronounce it. So it's a 5 cost counter spell with Cascade. So that's just stupid for 5 different reasons. Next up, another German card. I'm pretty sure it translates to Aurora Phoenix, though. It has flying, it's a 6 cost 5/3, and it has Cascade, and then whenever you cast a spell with Cascade, return Aurora Phoenix from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, that's what we need. An even bigger benefit from Cascade. 7 on the Storm Scale, everybody. It's rated a 7. Nobody wants this back in the game ever. But this is Storm Scale is for standard. Shut up, nobody cares. That means it's a broken, obnoxious mechanic in any format. So next up, Ember Wild Captain. It's a Djinn pirate, and when it enters battlefield, you become the monarch. Whenever you are attacked, if you are the monarch, Ember Wild Captain deals damage to the attacking opponent equal to the number of cards in their hand. That's a nice little don't attack me detriment, but you're the monarch, they're going to attack you anyway, and you're going to die. You're going to be the first person out. So don't play monarch cards, kids. Next up, my gosh, are any of these in English? Holy shit. So it's Averna, Blooming Chaos. It's a 3 cost, 3 color, 4/2, legendary creature, elemental shaman, and while you cascade, or it should say whenever you cascade, that would be the correct translation, you may put a land card exiled this way onto the battlefield tapped. So what they mean by that is Cascade, you're temporarily exiling cards until you find a qualifying, CMC one, but if you grab a land, boom, straight onto the battlefield. But it is a land, as in one land, assuming that it was translated correctly. Next up, Sylas Wren, Seeker Adept. It's a 3-cost legendary artifact creature human with Death Touch, and whenever Sylas Wren, Seeker Adept deals combat damage to a player, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. So, no free casting, just an opportunity. By the way, he totally looks like Jimmy Kimmel. Let's just get that out of the way. And also, he has a partner. So, I don't know, in the right deck, it could be pretty good. I don't know about a Black Artificer deck, but, I mean, Black did do artifact stuff in Kaladesh. Battle at the Bridge, y'all. So a very specific card, but Commander is a very specific format. Next up, seriously, were any of these in English? It's Melstrom Wanderer. I think that's a reprint anyway. They put it at Mythic, and I didn't think it always was, but I looked it up, it actually was. But I think what they said is they moved like all of the texturized foil treated cards to Mythic or something. There's some big group that they moved all to Mythic to try to like impress people, and nobody's falling for it. But yeah, this always was a Mythic, actually. I did not think so. It was an EMA, and I don't remember it being worth this much, but it's currently $14, so okay. But yeah, this is a famous card because it's a 8-cost 7/5 legendary creature elemental. Who cares? Creatures you control have haste, wonderful. And then it has Cascade. So you Cascade once, and then you Cascade again. So double free casting. Great. Next up, Kitesail Corsair. I think we've seen this one before. It's a 2/1 for 2, and it has flying as long as it's attacking. More pirate filler jank. Then we've got his friend, Kitesail Skirmisher, who's a 4-cost 3/1 with flying, and whenever it attacks another target creature attacking the same player or planeswalker gains flying until end of turn. Boy, that is really small text. And then Encore 5. Alright, so not even reliable flyers, not even in the most common pirate color, and they just threw them both together and made a bad card that shouldn't cost 4, so wonderful. Next up, Merchant Raiders. It's a 4-cost 2/4 human pirate. And whenever it or another pirate enters the battlefield under your control, tap up to 1 target creature. Now we're talking, that's powerful. That creature does an untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Merchant Raiders. Okay, that's just actually outright broken. Eventually, a couple turns later, you're going to have their entire line permanently pinned down with a stupid uncommon. You've got to be kidding me. What an overpowered broken piece of shit. Next up, Malcolm, Keen-Eyed Navigator. He's a 2/2 for 3 with flying, and whenever 1 or more pirates you control deal damage to your opponents, you create a treasure token for each opponent dealt damage. And then partner. I mean, if you consider him to be like the weaker partner in a partnership commander, just use him whenever you think he can hit and get some free ramp. Okay, otherwise not that great. And that is it for today. So honestly, nothing too spicy. I think the biggest surprise was 3 visits. Which, not counting insider trading, if we were to go back a month, just cost pretty much everybody, I don't know, $195, because there's no way an uncommon is going to sit at above $100, not at this print volume. It's one of the better 2-cost fetch cards. I mean, it drops the land directly in and bypasses the land drop restriction for 2 mana, but yeah, they really screwed some people over with that. That's pretty funny, though. And then on top of it, all the insider trading, so that's great. Typical bullshit from Wizards. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.